So I'm Prabsimran Singh, and today we'll be going through the complete audit of our site, and let's take all the measurements that are required.
So within next 4 days, our site engineer will come along to the site along with the complete site drawings which are prepared by our design engineers at the site after your measurement was complete. So in these drawings, we have listed the complete requirements from your end for us to install your stage 1, and we will give you all the checklist points as well. So what are the things that have to be installed so that your door frames can be installed for your further facade work?
That can be done in any type of material like stone, wood, or as per your architectural design as well.
So let's go on to the site and let's one by one explain you in detail that what are the points and what your engineers need to get done for us to start the process further.
So now we're at the lowermost floor of the elevator shaft. We'll be taking note that all the requirements that we need in the pit basically of the elevator shaft. So all we need to do is that you have to finish the pit at the exact level given by you in the drawings from the finished floor level. How below you need to go, that will be specified in your drawing itself. Mostly it is 5 feet, or as per your special requirements of the site, they will be provided in the drawings itself. Secondly, you have to get the whole pit plastered and ensure a layer of waterproofing material so that in future the water does not seep from under below. So now we're at the topmost landing of our elevator shaft. On this floor, you have to take care of a few things that we require from your side. First one being the electrical DB box. On this box, you have to provide us an ERCB as per the rating or the capacity of your elevator. Along with the ERCB, we'll be requiring two number of MCBs, in which it will be a 10 ampere rating MCB, which will be providing supply to the shaft lights and sockets, and the other MCB will be used for the charging of the ARD itself. This, along with that, the ERCB which is provided by you must have a 300 milliampere tripping rating as well. And on the other side, we'll be needing grouting the manual rescue lever box as well. This has to be used in case of an emergency, which is the last feature of the emergency rescue operation, in which the rescue lever box has to be grouted from the floor level to the level of 5 feet. This manual rescue lever box have to be kept 1 inches out of the plastered level, which will flush with the front cladding itself, and then we'll put up a collar and the door over it. So these are the few points that we need to take care on the topmost landing level. And now let's proceed to the machine room area. So now we are in the overhead machine room area, where you have to take care of a few points. First thing is the service window. This service window has to be provided as per the drawings that are provided to you. This is generally a window of around 3 feet by 3 feet of height. Along with that, we need a space for an exhaust fan as well. This is generally a 9-inch by 9-inch opening in which we can put up an exhaust fan as per specification. It may vary from 9 inches by 9 inches to 1 feet by 1 feet of exhaust fan. And secondly, we definitely need the overhead slab as per our specified drawings, that what is the clear height we require from the landing level, and ensure that there is a hook placed inside the slab as well, which is generally a 16 mm reinforced steel bar bent into a U shape so that we can lift the heavy motor and place it on the machine channels in the machine room itself. So if your elevator is above 6 passenger of capacity, we will be needing a cutout for grouting of the machine channels. Those marking of the cuttings will be done by our engineer itself, or you can also do it by yourself, as it is clearly defined in our site drawings as well. So now we're at the site after our engineers have completed the installation for stage 1, in which all the internal guide rails are now placed, and with the due measurements from our guide rails, our door frames are also at the right location where they have to be. After the door frames are installed, we could take care that this aluminium sill is at a parallel level with the finished floor level. So the stone has to match with this aluminium sill, and along with that, you have to ensure that this aluminium sill sill is absolutely clean and clear any water to be deposited inside. So ensure that you put up a sellotape or a clear tape before putting up the stone that protects our aluminium sill as well. You then have to put up your facade work, which can either be any of the materials as per your architect's specification. For example, it is stone. The stone has to overlap this door frame as defined by your architect. It may be just 1 inches above this stainless steel door frame, or you can also cover this door frame to the level of the opening as well, and same has to be done over the top as well, so the stone can overlap the door frame or it can just overlap 1 inches right here. After the stone facade is done, you have to get a hole done right here for the operating panel as well. That has to be on 1100 mm from the finished floor level and 150 mm from this stonework that you've done. Or you can also take the center of the front column if it is in the lesser dimension, and you can just take a center and mark the center for your operating panel as well. After the completion of your facade work, we'll be requiring two major things from your side. One is proper 3-phase power supply, and along with that, we'll be needing two independent earthings for the elevator, which are not connected with any other appliance in your build. After your facade work is complete, our engineers will visit your site for verification of duly the works completed by you. We will ensure that your front facade work is done, and along with that, we will be needing a proper 3-phase power supply in the top distribution box, which is placed by you on the top landing floor, and two number of earthings duly provided on the same location itself. This will help us to quickly install your stage 2, which is your final stage, in which your whole cabin and doors will be installed so that they can hand over the complete mechanical job to the electrical team for final commissioning of the elevator.